Hey Professor, this is McKenna from your Bio 230 class for Azusa Pacific. I'm going to be talking about 4 different types of tissues. The first one is epithelial, and so epithelial tissue protects the body. It does so by forming a layer of cells. These cells act as a barrier between internal and external environments, and so these tissues pretty much protect the surface that are exposed to both internally and externally. So an example of this would be like our skin. So it protects all of the inner stuff from everything that's outside and vice versa. This type of tissue also lines cavities, vessels, and even glands. They are connected to one another by underlying tissues called basal lamina, and they can either have leaky junctions or tight junctions. And so leaky junctions allow for substances such as water or ions to move through the epithelium. Now, tight junctions pretty much create a barrier, so it keeps the unwanted substances out, kind of like our digestive tract does that, so that way what we are digesting doesn't get into the rest of our body. There are a couple different types of epithelia, and the first one's ciliated, the next one is exchange, we have protective, transporting, and secretory. And then from there we have connective tissue. And so obviously connective tissue connects, and it provides support for internal tissues and organs. It's characterized by extensive extracellular matrix. This is made from water, proteoglycans, and protein fibers. So fixed connective tissue is described as like non-moving, it doesn't move. And then if it flows around the body, then that means that it's mobile. There is a couple different types of connective tissues. There's loose connective tissue, we have dense, we have adipose, and supporting. So the loose connective tissue lies under the skin. It's also found around small glands. Tense connective tissues, they're very elastic and strong. These dense connective tissues, they're like tendons, ligaments, tissues that cover muscles and nerves. Adipose tissue is pretty much fat in liquid. And and then we have supporting connective tissue, which is like cartilage and bone. So that is connective tissue, and then we have muscle and nervous tissue. So both of these tissues, they're excitable, which means that they create electrical signals. And so these signals can be transmitted through the tissue. Let's see. So these tissues, the nervous tissues, they have neurons, and these nerve cells transmit information from one part of the body to another. An example of this is our brain or our spinal cord. Glial cells are also considered nervous tissue, and this surrounds neurons and provides biochemical support for the neurons. And I think that is my 4 minutes. Thanks.